Okay, this is something different for me, and something that I have had surrounded me for all of my life. Okay, and it's it's I think it very very important because of the fact that it's so prevalent here in the United States, and I hope you can see this. The glare is everywhere. Okay, I think I'll just leave it here. All right. So this has to do with the topic of the narcissist in your life, okay? And I'm not going to go through all the different kinds. I'm just going to kind of give you various examples of what it is, okay? My father was definitely a narcissist, very sadistic, abusive, immature, yet he also had not much sympathy, okay, or empathy. He can cry at certain things, so where he falls on the spectrum, he's never, been tested. Never go see a psychologist. No, I would find it very difficult to believe that anybody has wanted to go through therapy, because talk therapy doesn't help really. You have to go way deep. You have to do behavioral therapy. You have to do cold therapies. It's if you were a psychotic, a murderer, psychotic narcissist or whatever, then and you just couldn't bear with that, and you knew there was therapy to help, you might want to go through it, or you would want to maybe probably die. So my father abused me, my mother, my brothers. That's what he did. Every from the time that I can think back to until I cut him off. And I left and got married and all that stuff. But anyway, that's not important. But so didn't have that much to do with him. Didn't know what it was doing to me. Things would come up in my life. Okay, panic attacks. Being insecure, always wanting to help make sure everybody was safe, codependent, insecure about things, not feeling that wasn't good enough for people, feeling no self-worth really, and the only thing that ever saved me was the Lord, because I knew that inside that I was His child, that I was worth something, that I was good, that I did have gifts, that I did, He would show me different things about myself. So, but yet relationships were not always great. I didn't understand why, I was attracting these other people in my life who were abusers in one way or another. And I, eventually left all of them except my last one, which I prayed to the Lord to have somebody sent to me who would not do that to me anymore. And I received Juliana into my life. However, so it's been like 30 years, and I meet this person at work, and now this kind of person seems totally charming, lovable to everyone else, but behind closed doors, or secretly, they backhanded give you a compliment, or they directly insult you. Okay. Let me just read this. Okay. First of all, they have no empathy. They're cunning like a snake. They're actors. They're identity thieves, stealers, takers, entitled. They feel like they're entitled. They could break every rule. They're entitled. They should be first in line. You don't mean anything to them. You could have lost somebody, been grieving, which one of my friends was grieving, and this so-called narcissistic friend, okay, covert, okay, narcissist. Let me clarify. Very covert, because they come off loving and like, I'm going to be your best friend. I'm going to do, I'm going to be everything for you, okay? And then once the honeymoon is over, the love bombing, okay, that they heap on you, like, should have been a red flag to me right away, but I just was like I was so in a good place in my head about wanting to be loving to people and generous and kind, that this old fish, okay, I was giving excuses in my head for what was going on. I wasn't like seeing the real person, and yet there'd be charm, and there'd be this love bombing, and then going away, backhanded, compliment, come back to love bombing again, and I would be like, and then there'd be like gaslighting, which is from a movie where the person tries to make you think that even though you were there, you heard everything, you saw everything, that you didn't see or hear what you thought you saw. Okay, all right, like they would do that, okay, and then you go, what the frick, what? And so, then they would do, they'd hoover around. They tried to suck up the dirt again, right? And they'd want you to play back in the pig pen and get all dirty again. No way, okay? So no empathy. They're robotic shells. They're empty robotic shells of human flesh, okay? Okay, so in the beginning, you'll get an almost surreal connection with them. They will tell you you're the best thing ever. They'll make you believe that they've been wronged their whole life by every other ex that they ever had, or friend, or whatever, lover, friend, partner, fill in the blank, okay? And for example, they'll say things like all their exes were crazy, and you'll feel true sympathy for them, and thinking, how could their exes have treated them this way? Oh, all the things that they used to brag about you will slowly be ripped apart. This is a fact, okay? For example, if you had a really great career, social life, and they bragged about it in the beginning, okay? For me, for example, music, right? I was looking for people who were interested in music, who wanted to be friends, at work. And I was so, oh man, you've got such a great voice, you should continue, singing and all that stuff. And then I get this backhanded slap from this person, okay? And I'd go, what the frick, Okay, and so if you had a really great career or social life, they'd brag about it in the beginning. Eventually, your career, social life would become a problem, okay? Like, you pay more attention to your job, friends, or than more attention to your friends, and they will start slowly putting down your performance or your friendships, okay? They separate you. They want you to be away from all your friends that you've made at work, or your friends that you're involved with, so they can control you better, okay? That's what they want. And my friend wanted me to even stay later at work, and she wanted me to sit with her all the time. So I would just do it just to see what would happen. Oh, man. Until I put the word to what was going on, then I would realize what a sick individual this person was. Okay? Sick. Should have gotten help for yourself a long time ago. You ever watch this? You're one sick puppy. Here's a big one. If you confide in them that somebody hurt you or wronged you, they will side with the other person, just saying it was justified. So like in the beginning, I said, God, there was this other person, and they were, oh yeah, I never liked that person to begin with. Yeah, she would have used it against me eventually, if not already. Okay, so for example, somebody is bullying you at work and you come home crying about it, right? They'll twist it and go, oh, you deserved it, okay? You could be a real asshole. The bully's probably justified. Okay, that's how it goes. If you're tired, you have no reason to be tired. They sure do. Oh, they're always more tired than you are, more hungry than you are. They can always do things better than you can. You could never match them. You know you can, but they'll never admit it, okay? Your emotions are always invalid. Like I said, my friend who just lost a loved one, they wanted her to go and do something for them that was so trivial, but to them, oh, it meant the whole world. But no, your feelings don't matter. I come first. I'm God. You're nobody. You're a slave. You're here to do my bidding. That's how they think, okay? If you think there are two different people wrapped into one person, you feel like you're around Jekyll and, Mr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. You're like, one moment you were really sweet and everything. Now you're like flipping nuts, right? This one gal said, my dad said, all deer are the king's deer. What's yours is theirs, and what's theirs is theirs, okay? Same thing with my dad. All this is mine. All this is mine, You're lucky to even be under my roof. And what you accomplish is because I gave birth to you, okay, so any of your accomplishments, your failures are 100% your failures, though. They won't own up to that, right? They'll take all your accomplishments and say it was theirs. And they'll use you as props, too. See what a great family I have. And yet they'll just berate these children. They'll make them feel like crap. They'll never let them be better than you, okay? And they're children. These narcissists are immature 5-year-olds. At best 7, so what? They're immature people and very insecure. Okay, so somehow you deserve all the bad things that happen to you. In the beginning, they'll compliment you constantly, barrage you with this love bombing, okay? And then slowly, the insults will still happen constantly, all right? And they'll do a backhanded compliment, like, you're pretty for a fat girl. You're skinny like an anorexic, okay? Okay? And, in the beginning, they'll just say, oh, well, that person doesn't really know you like I know you, And they take joy in your pain and agony. They just, I walked by my friend and I gave her a smile, but she said it was a smirk. That's what she was feeling. Anything that they say against you is all the pain that they feel inside, and they project it onto you, okay? So anything that they're saying, like, you smiled, they'll say you smirked, but that's because that's what they're doing, or that's what was done to them, okay? So anything they say is always about them. It's not about you. Not that helps, okay? It's just this crazy making. They turn everything into being your fault, all right? That's what they do. Narcissistic people are, they're narcissistic, arrogant, repugnant, cunning, insulting, selfish, self-aggrandizing, insecure, self-centered, and trite. Okay, they're just they're a false sense. There's nothing inside of them. They're completely empty individuals. They've created this, persona, and it's perfect. And when they get old and they start losing their looks, oh my God, you'll watch all the, the facelifts, even their photos, they'll touch up so they'll look younger. They're going to die of Alzheimer's or dementia. So that, or they'll kill themselves. And that's what you got to look forward to. All right? So, yeah. I just wanted to make this video to tell you that this actually happens. And people live with this for years. And unless you get out and say no, then you'll never have a normal and peaceful life. And remember that God wants you to have the best life, and He's the one that loves you. He's not narcissistic. He's full of love, and compassion and empathy. And so you know that you can go to him to help you get through this. Love you.